The EMP now comes in. Sentinels versus TSM here. Reps goes in. Huge damage from him. The G7 Scout comes out as well, and Reps goes huge here for TSM.
Have they got a chance to reset, though? It doesn't look like ESA are going to allow it. ESA know that Season are in a better position, so they want to get this KP before they even think about Season. But now Season need to react to this. Season will have to move when they see this kill feed.
Season trying to finish off the kills. 3 squads still remaining. TSM have a solo player alive, and that is going to be Reps. The amount of damage he just did in that fight was massive to make sure that TSM came out on top of that fight with Sentinels. But now Reps can play spoiler. Season down on that low ground still. ESA have to drop. Remember, the zone is going to close before them, and it will be Season who can move up to those rocks in the middle as long as they've got maybe the composition to deal with some utility coming in, a couple of frag grenades, and they should be in a great spot, but it's going to be a tough spot for them to hold. Esports Arena just looking down, looking to get some initial damage.
We have not seen ESA or Season win on World's Edge all split long. TSM have found a victory, beacon? Actually, as we do see a respawn beacon go down. I think Esports Arena are going to try and stop this and play spoiler. Maybe now they're aware of Reps. You can see Season are desperate to try and push up on this. They didn't before because they hadn't seen enough knocks, but now they're starting to make a move whilst ESA are distracted.
It's big as well because they can get back up to the high ground. Season tried to make a play off the back of that. They eliminate Reps, so TSM into the top 3 at least. But now, having used that grab lift to get back up, Esports Arena still have the priority position, and the shots coming in from Luna here are good enough to get the first knock. And now they move in. The Arc Stars go down. They send it on to the final 2 players, and surely this is going to be an ESA victory at the end of this game.
ESA will claim it after their beacon information from Zone 4. They knew exactly where they wanted to be. They knew LG were in this building all game long, but now they're going to have to push out, as well are Esports Arena, who are on the other side. They've got a little bit of rock coverage to work with, but again, it's going to be tough as soon as they're forced into that open space. It's all going to be about fighting your way in with the ring here. 3 squads remaining: Esports Arena, LG, and FURIA.
FURIA in a great position. LG having the high ground, but FURIA with the pace that they've been running. And look at the shielding, purple and 2 reds versus LG's blue, purple and red. They're looking like a rainbow over there. FURIA looking like a mean machine, ready to complete what has been decimation thus far in game number 2. Panders trying to climb in. 1 shot with a Bojack should be enough. Oh, they're going for it. You can see the Bangalore smoke. They've committed. Pander's going to drop back into defensive with Barman. I'm not sure if this is from the other team or if this is from where they're fighting, but it hurts his Watson. Oh, no. FURIA didn't anticipate this. Panders might be going down, too. That has totally shifted the fight in LG's favor. It is Jaguares' defensive bombardment that saves them. LG come out on top, and it's the youngster Yanya who has got to go 2v1 against Phonyhead and Capra of FURIA. Esports Arena, excuse me. Phony has done so well to clutch these moments in the past, but it is going up against one of the hottest stars in all of the ALGS in Yanya. Can they do it? It's going to be 1, and it's going to be 2. Maybe Yanya finishes it off. 1 more bullet. Esports Arena will clean it up. They will take the win. Capra will clutch for his squad, and as a duo, they'll take down LG and FURIA.
They have 2 options to leave, and if they play it late and they wrap, they might still have the high ground. Nickmerc's got to be so careful here, as it looks like Sentinels might swing onto this. Deeds has enough armor to just hold the line for them. Tripod's in a great position, actually. Probably the team who has the best opportunity to win this game if they can hold off the push that comes in from Sentinels. But the guard of the team I want to keep my eye on. We mentioned top 5, that's what we expect from them. But can they win a game from here and find that form from a few weeks ago?
Yeah, they need to find that form, but it's not going to be easy with the teams that are around them. As you say, Tripod's in a good spot for now, but when they're forced behind their cover, where do they go? Oh, they're going to make a move early. Maybe they sense a weakness. Sentinels get surprised, and Tripod's going to take this fight.
Oh, it's all up to Nickmerc, though. He's going to win this 1v1, and if he can do so, then maybe this will be the opportunity for them to push in. He's going to wrap through zone, but he can't find the rat. He goes down, but so do Sentinels. Now we're down to 3. The guard only have 2 players alive, though.
Yeah, the guard just with 2. TSM still at a full 3, and you can see ORN still alive as well, but they're down to a 2. It's all on TSM. They are the most healthy team, but are they going to be held out? They have a little bit of high ground to work with over the guard. It's about picking when you fight, though, and hoping the other 2 teams start this, but it looks like TSM, they're going to take this 3 versus 2.
TSM should be able to win this one. They get the first knock onto Vayne as well without taking any damage whatsoever. TSM now completely controlling the high ground. This is a TSM win. We've seen these positions time and time again. Keon, you're not going to survive for too much longer as well, as it will light up with TSM as your champions here on World's Edge. A masterclass from one of the best teams that we've seen in Apex Legends.
And it was all back of what was essentially a staring contest.
Finding a win here in game number 4. That would be just incredible, Mark, but there's a long way away from that happening.
Yeah, every part of me, the horrible part of me is saying take the cannon, but definitely don't do that at this point in the game. Space Station, though, do manage to do a little bit of damage here. Rocker's going to swing out for a team who was on the bridge here to get that knock, which is going to allow Space Station just to hold this position. You can see they're so nervous of 100 Thieves, and here comes the push down from 100 Thieves. Drops has to get out of dodge and somehow manages to do so.
Everybody's hanging on the wall. It's exhibit time, so who's showing up to the museums? And Niall shooting at them like they're standing still, as he should, and as they are, but not really willing to go ahead and fire the weapon. Maybe doesn't want to give away his position. It's going to run into the wall just a little bit, but Denial and Space Station still super healthy. They've decided to take on 100 Thieves, and this may have opened up some space for ORN, who is still alive, as well as Season, who is going to be able to third-party this. This all in from Space Station Gaming. They take down Onmu, but look at this. Dropped in Frank, still alive. Oh, Space Station, Mark, clean it up, and now they've got Godspot.
100 Thieves still have Scurry alive, though. They did lose one player and all of that, but this, if they can get healthy and they can deal with the final player, might open things up for them. ORN moving in as well. Rocket gets one onto Mr. Hakulo, but look how low they are on health. They're just trying to survive at this point. Finish off the downs. The Bangalore now going to come in as well, Rain Day.
Oh, no, this is terrible, especially because you've got to clear out the space, and SSG trying to push in to get the KP. Hopefully he doesn't turn it around. It's a moment maybe for Naughty to do something spectacular, and dropped. He's going to feel the pressure of it. Denial as well, and that's going to be one down. Don't tell me ORN turn this around. It could be Frank's and Space Station. We were talking about.
They needed this more than anything. Space Station, the fight against 100 Thieves. TSM are going to have to move first, but they do have the cover to play under the bridge. So they can avoid all of the fights for just long enough for everyone else to have to move on this near side that you can see. That's going to mean that TSM could be in a position to potentially win their second game of the day as the guard now try and make their move. Then drop it in. Rambo will go down. Can they clean up? Can they collapse on the damage that is done? It's all up to Keo, and he's going to reload. They will get the kills by the looks of things, or Sentinels will certainly be taken out. Maybe a little bit of help came in, but now you're going to see that circle start to have an impact now.
Remember, TSM have a 60% win rate from top 5s on Storm Point, so statistics are leaning their way, but they've still got a lot to do. 4 teams in front of them. EMP starting to go off, and all the teams now on this western side, they're going to have to clash, as 2 are clashing. Oxygen versus Guard. Guard get wiped out. Oxygen just stay alive. They've held the middle of the map for so long. This is huge for Oxygen's chances of getting into regionals.
Need to get that reset in as quickly as possible, though, but while all this is going down, TSM are now at the high ground. The team they have to worry about is 100 Thieves, who are on a level with them. They have that Newcastle wall down, which is going to give them a little bit of a cover. If TSM can deal with 100 Thieves here or force them off that high ground into Optic, then TSM surely have to win this. But Oxygen, look at Kubsky. Looks like they're trying to make a play underneath TSM now.
Yeah, Oxygen going to be underneath. They're going to be able to maybe clean up the pieces, but 100 Thieves and Optic will clash. It's a clash of the Titans, but just like that, Optic eliminated, and now it's Oxygen, it's TSM in the best positions. Who's going to be able to take it, though? It's going to be high ground versus low ground as 100 Thieves get eliminated.
TSM could drop as well. They could be safe to drop because they have that LOS covered. Verhulst will be the first down. Goes back up on high ground, having just got that little bit of information. The low ground usually are the better place to play in this situation because the team above has to drop. But do they have utility to play with here, TSM? Do they have some ultimates available to maybe equal this fight up a little bit? Can they hold the high ground for long enough for Oxygen to be forced out? There's the black hole, and here's the swing from TSM. All 3 come in. TSM shredding through Oxygen, and it will surely here be a TSM win. It is indeed the second win of the day from TSM. They played that end game. Oh, it was a beautiful thing to watch.
TSM's win rate is even more.
I'm pretty sure the guard had a Kraber as well. I saw a shot coming in from RKN, which managed to pick up a knock for them. But look at this, Slurp's back on his feet. FaZe at least have an opportunity to do something. And there is that Kraber I was talking about. RKN hits one onto Pandas, and now FURIA find themselves in a tough spot.
You've got to remember, these teams are fighting to put themselves as far into the top 9 as possible so that they don't have to have an incredible week in those regional finals on Sunday. 100 Thieves also taking down Abralelli. He gets knocked. Maybe this could be the end of FaZe as they start to move forward.
Slurpee should be taken down in a few moments' time as well. Manages to pop the battery, and maybe he can survive long enough for a couple of these fights to kind of find their end. and get him a few more placement points. 100 Thieves might go down here. Scurry's last alive, and yes, they will indeed. So Slurp staying alive here as FURIA now try and wrap through the zone. And Slurpy says, you know what? I'm going to get involved, boys. I'm going to have a little bit of a ruckus here.
Might be able to get some extra KP, but no, gets turned on. But it is going to be enough to secure phase 4th place. Karasuno go out in second, third, but now 2 teams left. Guard versus FURIA. FURIA down to 2, though.
Down to 2. There's a Kraber in the hands, and now it's just his Watson versus the world. The Guard should take this one home pretty comfortably at this point, you would imagine, with a shield swap coming in here. 3 players descend upon the final one. However, it was a little bit more messy than it needed to be, but the Guard, they finally win the game that we've been waiting for them to win all day long. Still going to be happening because SAF know that they have to deal with this team because they could just climb up, they could just lift up, they could Valcol up, they might have a Horizon in the comp as well, just to really make a late run for it. But for now, you can see IG just biding their time. I think a lot of the decisions in how this lobby is actually going to go are going to fall to SAF. Are they going to try and take the fight with Invictus, or are they going to worry more about this team on the low ground?
Well, SAF looks like they're getting shot already, so they're going to be a bit hesitant to push onto Invictus. Invictus just need to delay. Delay here. Wait as long as possible. Try and look at that kill feed. Hope that there's going to be an engagement happening, and then you pick up the pieces. It looks like aimbot is going to be a non-factor to Invictus because he's naturally going to get forced down by this circle.
And Invictus now just causing problems to SAF as well. The more cracks that come in, the more damage that SAF take from Invictus gives the team on the low ground more of a chance to try and push. A couple of cells going to be popped for now. As the zone starts to close, Gamewood will be eliminated. That's the solo player out. It's now a 3v3v3.
LFO are going to be stuck between 2 teams at the moment. SAF still holding this high ground. LFO have gone down low. And as long as LFO can avoid this, there's still a chance they can get top 2. But realistically, first place is unlikely for LFO just based on where they're currently holding right now.
And you can see the blast would probably fall as well. He's going to fall down to the low ground, and that is just going to open things up now for Invictus. They're up on that height. They're going to have to get some damage down, though. This isn't an easy as fight as maybe you would think. As if they just make one wrong step here, one player could fall. For now, though, they're doing a great job of being controlled, holding their time and letting the zone do the damage for now. They're playing it patient, and like you say, being reserved enough and patient enough to take home this win. Invictus will be the winners of game number 1.
As I had said, a 66% win rate from top 5s this season on World's Edge, and that percentage has just gone up because they've added a 5th victory.
And give them a little bit of damage, maybe discourage them from pushing down this corridor. And there it is. It's going to come right now, waiting for the Newcastle shield. Beautiful counterplay there. And Aurora's going to push off this. What team fighting potential we have seen from Aurora against Alliance, one of the best in the business as well. This is absolute excellence in terms of 3v3 in Apex Legends, and it is up to Maliwan to save his team.
Aurora had to push it. They were being held out by Alliance. Alliance fought their way in. They were able to hold that tunnel, and Alliance should come out on top here because they have a 2 versus 1. But the zone is now closing, and the caustic is being such a pain in the ass to them. They have to get it done. They will get it done. They're into the top 5, but of course there's only going to be 2 of them that remain, as now all the squads that were kind of listening to this unfold can start to plan how they are going to assess this last circle. Na'Vi in one of the worst positions right now. Godolphin and the rest of the squad also in a tough position.
G-Dolphin having a Kraber, though, maybe trying to push underneath Alliance's building and just make sure that they stay out of the line of fire. You don't want to be the one that everyone focuses on as you have to step out of the building, but it looks like it'll be Scars. They should go down. The defensive bombardment didn't buy too much time, and the EMP as well didn't do enough. So Taishin basically just waiting with bated breath to be able to move. He will go out, and somehow I feel like it'll be now Alliance and IG who have the best chance of pushing this, although Na'Vi as well, Dan, on top.
Na'Vi are on top, but how long are they going to be able to be unexposed? That's the real question. As eventually Gamer Drones go down. We knew that was inevitable. Can IG hold out long enough? They're against 2 teams of 2 here. Their win percentage from top 5s is 71%. All stats would suggest this would be IG's game, but it's not going to be that easy. They have Watson fences down. EMP also comes down. Alliance gets shredded. So do Na'Vi, and here comes IG.
And they push up top. That means Na'Vi most likely will not get second. Will it be Alliance as well who'll get the points? IG have gone from 66 to 71% when they reach top 5. The lobby better recognize we cannot let them stay alive. IG, go ahead and do it.
energy to work with, but now all of a sudden the tables might turn. Amaz has to turn around now and shred. He does a pretty good job of it himself. One player still alive. Knockdown shield. The white one is enough to keep him alive for now. Horizon now moving. FURIA Esports eliminated. Na'Vi eliminated as well. We're down to just 4.
Amazing play from Horizon. They might have dominated the kind of northeast side of the circle, but they said, look, we can pick up KP and we can hold the entirety of this side if we can wipe out both of these teams. On the other side, though, we've now got 4 teams over towards that building. You've got Vex, you've got Game of Drones, you've got Alliance, who are going to be the last remaining 3, excuse me. So Horizon can just kind of wait here. They can hold this side of the circle and hope that all these other sides are going to be fighting against one another.
And you can see Alliance have taken the high ground. They had nowhere else to go. The worry for them is that Horizon have got a Kraber. And also Vex still looking to make a play as well as they go up to the top of the Horizon queue. The grab lift to take some height. They want to fight Alliance here and they're doing a huge amount of damage, but there's that castle wall again from the Newcastle, which slows this fight down.
And I was talking percentages. Alliance, when they get to top 5s coming into today, they had a 20% win rate. It's not quite the 75% we were talking about IG, but it still gives them a 1 in 5 chance, it would seem. It's quite consistent as what we've seen from Alliance. They're a very consistent team, but right now it's just about survival. It's about staying as healthy as possible and trying to force other teams to scrap.
And look at Vex. Vex have decided to try and swing on Horizon here. They're doing a huge amount of damage. Can they get that first knock, though? I don't think anyone has fallen quite as yet, but the flesh damage is starting to come through now as Unlucky does get that first knock. Vexed, looking to capitalize.
Yeah, just trying to make sure they utilize this damage in the best way possible. Get those kills, finish up, but don't throw away too much. You cannot afford to get knocked yourself. You just need to be picking up these squads. As Horizon, unfortunately, they were in a good spot, but they were caught out by Vex there, maybe unknowingly to them.
And look at Alliance. Alliance now make their play. Effect tried to swing left to take care of the final player from one team. He goes down, and now it's a 3v2 here. Alliance versus Vex. Vex commanding the circle, commanding respect from everyone here on the final game of World's Edge. They will take the game home with that first place finish.
It really was down to just being a big presence there.
Are still managing to hold it down. Are they going to be able to pull out another endgame play that can win them this game? The difficulty with teams being stacked up in and around them is if they have to leave this building, so many of the lines of sight, the doorways, whatever it is to leave, are going to be covered by another team. They're kind of being helped out a little bit by E6 though, because E6 causing problems for this team on this side of the building means the game will be eliminated. Case when he gets the crack with his shields, has to hit the reload, but will be re-challenged. The help is there, and they will win that fight. SAF will fall, and the res should be able to come in pretty comfortably here.
Oh, look at this. Start a fight, finally go down. Element 6, hello, and welcome to Storm Point. We've been waiting for you to show up. They've got 10 kills in this game, Mark, so Element 6 making a play that they need to push themselves out of the 10th place position into a spot maybe for land, but they've got to get through Fire Beavers, and of course they've got to get through IG and Aurora, who sit pretty still inside the building as the final round begins to close. Someone is going to have to take down the top dogs, and someone might have to make a play without letting the game make a play for them.
Well, AJ Rain's doing a good job with the scout at the moment. Still got ammo to work with as well to keep just harassing these teams. You can see IG and Aurora can't coexist forever here. One team is going to have to take on the other, and maybe Fire Beavers are just going to be watching the outside of this. But at the moment, Fire Beavers' attention is taken away by E6. K-Swinny and Slayer surviving, but in around 3 seconds' time, they're going to have to move into the open ground. And there is a little bit of a piercing spike to go down as well. Aurora have decided to try and swing on this as well. Graceful's trying to take a little bit of a peek down, but Aurora not showing at all as the Dark Veil goes down to cut off those lines of sight, but they didn't cut it off enough. You can see the building has stopped that, and now Fire Beavers and IG can cut down all of the Aurora members.
Oh my goodness, look at what is happening here for Aurora. They're fighting inside. Finally, International Gaming and Aurora take on each other, and there's still a member left. Aurora Cleave falls. The Dark Veil will come down, and IG International, are you kidding me? Are they going to do it? Are they going to win their 3rd game of the entire day out of 4? What a performance. IG International telling the entire international community of Apex, we are here.
Because of the fact that you know if you take that fight, it's going to be a tough one.
And we have to talk about the composition of Alliance now as we get to the late game. Newcastle's going to be there and available for them. That castle wall can come down, and we know how important that can be in final circles for the amount of coverage you can get, but also you can kind of leap over teams if needs be. So I'm curious as to when Hackis is going to use this, and I think that will be a big game changer for this final circle. But as the zone closes, we're down to 6 because SAF get eliminated, and now look, Alliance can just watch everyone coming towards them.
And Alliance now make their move. We have a listening lined up with the 3 players all dressed in red. Let's see what Alliance are saying.
They're fighting. They're about to fight.
Lock one. Another team coming in.
Yeah.
I can fight too.
Go back. I need a wall. Get me up, Hackis. Get me up, Hackis.
Coming.
Get me up.
Safe on me.
He's on my face.
I'm shooting.
Need help.
Three guys.
How many?
All team.
Play alive, Fleck.
Stay alive with you. Quick.
No.
Nice try.
Fourth place.
Well, it's 4th place for Alliance. They did what they could, but it's E6 who now make their play down. They were in the god spot. Fire breathers have gone out as well. We're down to just 2, and E6, they're firing through the smokes, and they will take home game number 5 here on Storm Point. And it's about time we were talking about E6. They've been quiet all day, Dan, but when it matters...
Being shot from both directions, this is not enjoyable for any team that's involved with it right now, and Legend composition could heavily come into it if anyone has any sort of abilities to give them some sort of coverage. At least Vex have found a little wall they can work with right now, whereas Horizon, they're just trying to make their own walls. They've got the fences up, of course, but you can still be shot through them.
Amar's trying to take some space as well for a reply totem up on that high ground of the building. Q comes in from Matafe as well. There's going to be a missile swarm, and they're going to try and cut this team off as well, using that black hole. And now they're going to try and fight onto Horizon underneath this bridge. They're going to try and play the side of it here. Vex Gaming trying to get across, and it looks like it's worked because you can see that Totem have done the damage for them onto Horizon. Vex now just have to exist, have to survive, and maybe this might be their game to take.
Will Horizon spoil this for Vex, though, a little bit? Totem trying to sit pretty, but they're going to have to drop very soon, and they're going to be very vulnerable to a lot of the damage that now can output from both squads. But Totem are still getting knocks, but now here comes the damage from Vex.
Vex do the damage, Horizon get eliminated, and now you're going to see the Swarm, the Ape come in from Vex Gaming, who play the end game perfectly.